China just cut off rare earth shipments to Japan. And this isn't about minerals running out. It's about sending a cost timed right when Japan leaned in on Taiwan. And it's that timing. That's the whole story. Earlier this week, China moved to block rare earth exports headed for Japan. These materials sit inside everything from electric vehicles to missiles to advanced electronics. China says civilian trade isn't affected. Officially, it's being sold as a technical trade issue, but in reality, the flow just freezes. The factories don't get what they need, and uncertainty does the damage before policy ever shows up in writing. This didn't come out of nowhere. Japanese officials have been getting more explicit about Taiwan, backing U.S. positioning and signaling tighter coordination with Washington. That's a line Beijing watches closely. It's not about one comment. It's about the direction Japan's moving in. Japan leaned in publicly, and China made it costly. So why now? What's this all about? It's because US-China tensions are already hot over trade, tech, and supply chains. Washington is pushing allies to move production away from China, and Beijing can't let that happen quietly. Something needs to shift. So instead of shouting, they squeeze. They pick a pressure point Japan can't ignore, and they do it early, before things are locked in. That's the move they went with, and it's a powerful one. China dominates the processing side of rare earths. Japan still depends on that flow, especially for advanced manufacturing and defense. This isn't a bluff. It's already happening. Right now, Japanese firms have to slow production, reroute orders, and eat higher costs. None of that happens overnight, and you feel it almost immediately. Zoom out one level, and the problem gets even bigger. Japan can't replace these supplies quickly. Diversifying takes years, not weeks. Stockpiles buy time, but they don't solve the problem. China takes a short-term hit on revenue, but they can carry that hit far more easily than Japan can carry supply disruption. And that's the part that matters. And this is where the pressure starts to spread. Because now Tokyo has to ask a harder question, not about China, but about the alliance. If economic punishment escalates, does Washington offset it with real relief, or just statements of support? And that doubt does a lot of the work on its own. Politically, it lands at home. Japanese leaders face backlash for triggering consequences without clear protection. Industries start lobbying, and public patience gets thinner. Nothing dramatic happened on the surface, but the balance changed. This looks small if you're counting tons of material, but it isn't. What makes this interesting isn't the minerals, it's the timing. The cost didn't come after alignment was complete. It showed up while decisions were still being made, which means this wasn't about stopping Japan. It was about shaping the choice in front of them. And once costs start appearing this way, quietly and early, every country watching has to rethink when alignment actually becomes risky.